Bibsy Pop, the creator of Hazbin Hotel, has a quite distinct style. Like, if you know her work, you'll likely be able to recognize it quite easily. And her designs for Hazbin Hotel are quite kind of polarizing. Like, people either love her style or hate it. But I decided to redesign the six main characters from Hazbin Hotel for fun. Because I like the style of characters in the show, and I've seen lots of redesigns and they're really fun, and I wanted to give it a go. And character design is something I personally struggle with, and I thought, maybe I'll give this a go redesigning to figure out a bit more about character design, sort of as like a fun exercise. So I did Charlie, Vaggie, Alastor, Angel, Niffty and Husk, so the six main characters. I did consider doing more, but I might do them later, but that's what I've done so far. So with Charlie, I wanted to make her sort of have more elements of a demon. Like, she does have a demon form, but I feel like, she kind of just looks like a person, which does contrast with some of the wackier designs, but that was something I wanted to implement and stuff. And then Vaggie, I sort of made a mix between her original design and her, like, as in her pilot design and her official design. Then, like, Alastor, I tried to make more look like a deer. Same as Angeldust, I tried to make look more like a spider. Niffty, I didn't change much at all, just changed the silhouette of her dress mostly and gave her polka dots to make it look a bit like a ladybug. And Husk, I didn't particularly like my redesign for Husk. I feel like the face was off. Husk is harder to draw than what he looks like, but I want to sort of go through. I've got on TikTok, you can see, and I think also on Instagram. I would have put them in YouTube Shorts, but YouTube Shorts have to be like a minute long. So, and I talked about my designs a bit longer than that, but you can go watch them on those other sites. I don't want to split up a 2-minute video into like multiple parts so I can put it on YouTube, but I had fun designing the characters and stuff. And I'm just here to sort of discuss what I kind of learned about sort of how I approach things and how I differ from, say, Bibsy Pop. So the main thing I learned is I draw my people a bit fatter, in that, like, I mean, it is a complaint people have with the series, but Bibsy Pop draws quite thin characters, which I'm guessing comes from her animation background. Like, naturally, my style is going to be a bit different because she's, like, into cartoon and animation, whereas I like sort of the anime style and make manga, so we come from, two different fields and sort of thing, which would influence how we design. But even when I wasn't intentionally trying to, say, make a character a bit thicker, I feel like I just naturally draw them a bit thicker than she does. Probably just because I tend to draw with more realistic proportions than her cartoony style, so I feel like that was something I noticed. Like, most of them I didn't even intend to, give them extra weight or anything, but I feel like they all ended up with that anyway, just because that's how I naturally tend to draw. I mean, I did try and give, like, say, Husk, I gave a bit of a beer belly, because I thought, he's a drunk, drinks a lot. Like, the only one I feel like I didn't too much was Niffty, just because I didn't really draw Niffty as a body per se. I more drew it as like the torso, the skirt, and like the legs and stuff, whereas the others I drew more, as a typical human body and form. Also, I feel like I draw a bit more round, so like more curvy. It's particularly noticeable in Angeldust's face. I feel like I have drawn, it's interesting, because when I have drawn Angeldust in Bibsy Pop style before for a different redesign of Angeldust. I drew him like as an octopus, because basically I made a painting that was going to be inspired by Angeldust, but then I found this cool octopus stencil, so then I drew Angeldust as an octopus. And when I was basically just copying, I could get the face closer to what she does, but then in my redesign I just felt like the face is a bit too round. Whereas I feel like Bibsy Pop draws quite pointy, so that's something else I noticed, I guess, about how my style is. I always kind of thought I drew relatively pointy, but I guess I drew a bit more round than I thought I did. What else? So yeah, I also found that I was inclined to, take the bows away from characters, because I think Charlie wears a bow. Vaggie doesn't, but she's got, I guess, a bow in her hair. Alastor definitely does. Angel definitely does. Husk does. I feel like nearly, and so does Vox and Serpentius. Nearly every character wears a bow tie, and a suit. Suits and bow ties are quite common, which I guess does create a bit of unity, but it does kind of make the designs get a bit repetitive. I feel like Hell of a Boss doesn't quite have the same issue. There's definitely not as noticeable of everyone's wearing basically the same outfit, and I kind of get it. People, especially with guys in, more, businessy, formal settings, they all wear suits. But I guess maybe a way to make it more different would be to have them not just all wear bow ties, maybe have some wear the other form of tie, a normal tie. I have heard it is an animation thing. It makes it easier to animate, which I don't do animation, but that could be true. See, whereas my designs weren't necessarily taking animation into consideration, because I just don't know what you need to consider. But considering what they did with Queen Bee, feel like the Spindle Horse team can definitely make anything work. Queen Bee would have had to have been a pain in the neck to animate. It looks gorgeous. People are complaining about. I actually really like Beelzebub's design. I know it's something that, is quite controversial, where some people think it's over-designed. And if you're just seeing it on paper, I can get it. But if you're seeing it in the show, which is how I was introduced to it, I saw, her in motion in the song. The lava lamp effect looks really cool and stuff. I get it is quite busy, which, kind of suits the character. Just, being gluttony and stuff. And I feel like it works, but I can also appreciate why people don't particularly like it. And I feel like I also just appreciate the fact that they made a design that, would be quite divisive. I feel like it takes a bit of guts to do that. I don't think I've ever done a design that's as unique as some of Vivzie Pop's designs, because most of my characters tend to be just people. I feel like the most that they would deviate from just looking like a person would be, I don't know, if they're a demon or an angel. They're still basically humanoid. Whereas Hazbin Hotel has got a talking TV. You've got all sorts of different weird demon creatures that still, I guess, are human-y. There's some that I can't tell what they're supposed to be, Velvet, Carmilla, Charlie, kind of just all look like people. But then you've also got that big furry wolf overlord that didn't say much but was really huge in the episode that they all had. That was a cool design. I'm not good at anthropomorphic characters. I've tried to draw Queen Bee before, and I'm not good at furry art, whereas I feel like, based on just some of the designs, I'm guessing, Luna from Hell of a Boss, I'm guessing that maybe Vivzie Pop has got a history in furry stuff, which, furries are very creative, actually. If you've seen fursuits, they look amazing. Not sure that it's my thing, just because not the most animal person. I like ducks, I like my cat, but it's not that I dislike animals, they're not the thing I'm super, super passionate about, and I'm not the best at drawing animals, because I just haven't drawn them as much as people. But it would be cool to maybe try and learn how to draw furry stuff, just so that I can diversify my skills. And hey, I've heard furries make money, which, if I ever get broke enough, maybe I could draw furry art. But yeah, back to sort of other things I noticed about my designs. The colors, to be fair, I am using markers, so I can't color pick, but I noticed it's less noticeable in the official series, but in more the pilot and earlier designs, Vivzie Pop seems to use very warm, browns for lines, which I tried to do on the thumbnail art, where I intentionally used warm grays instead of, black and stuff. intentionally use like the same red for everyone and stuff to create more unity in the piece. But I've noticed that, yeah, there's definitely warmness. Also a lot of stripes and stuff, especially like earlier art, not so much in like the actual projects, but you would see like I feel like Angeldust best exemplifies like the idea of, you know, the like stripy arms and stuff, which I don't think I've used stripes that much, to be honest. I feel like it could be something I could incorporate more, especially given that I, you know, can't use screen tones and stuff. Maybe having stripy characters would be a good way to give them sort of a sense of texture, make them look a bit different. I'm trying to think what else I sort of noticed. Yeah, I feel like it was helpful to sort of redesign, because like it gets you thinking about sort of what the original character looks like and what sort of elements you want to take and expand upon. So like I wanted to make, you know, Charlie look more demony, look more like what I would associate with the hotel look, so like with the jacket being like that hotel person jacket. I'm not sure what the role it is, but I feel like she just looks like a general businesswoman, which may be what hotel owners actually look like, but I wanted to, you know, hone in on the fact that it's a hotel specifically. Kind of like, I feel like they do that in the pilot, in that song that Alastor sings, where he dresses them all up. I haven't seen the scene for a while, but I feel like that may be similar. Also, like, with... It's funny, because I like Vaggie, the art I did for Vaggie the most in terms of just, it looks the nicest and best put together, but not particularly fond of the outfit I gave her now that I'm looking at it. I mean, it does kind of look like what I was going for, but maybe the stockings aren't matching with the vibe of the rest of it. Like, with the, like, loop-de-loops looks a bit too light, whereas the outfit's a bit grungy. But I did like that I tried to, like, I made it look like she's got, like, butterfly ears with her bow by putting the little moth doodahs. I like Vaggie's design, both, like, I feel like she got the most significant change of the main sort of cast from her pilot design. Like, it's quite different compared to, like, some of the others. Like, Alastor's basically just a few color tweaks, but I mean, Alastor was pretty cool looking to begin with, you know, like all the red and the constantly smiling. The constantly smiling is really cool, but I have seen videos to do with Vivsy Pop's sketchbooks, not on her account, it's on some other account from like 14 years ago, and she was really good at expression, so I feel like that helps her pull off the Alastor thing of being able to have a full range of emotions with like constantly smiling, because that takes a fair bit of work. I feel like that would not be easy to do, because, you know, forcing your character to smile but still, you know, expressing every emotion possible leaves it all to your, like, eyes and eyebrows. It would be a cool exercise to maybe try and do something like that, just because I feel like that would be hard. I don't know, maybe it's not as hard as I think it is, but just as someone that can struggle to make an expression look exactly like what I want it to convey, just because, like, a couple of lines can throw it off, I am quite impressed by the fact that, like, Alastor is able to smile and still express different things. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else there is to say. I feel like that's most of what I've got. I really enjoyed redesigning them. I'm trying to think which one I think is my favorite in terms of, like, the actual design itself. Like, Vaggie's is my favorite in terms of the art piece looking nice. Some of the others did look a bit funny, like the line art maybe wasn't good enough. Husk is probably my least favorite, but that could also just be, like, that it wasn't looking right, the face was off. I didn't particularly feel like drawing wings, so I kind of just didn't. I think Niffty or Angeldust would be my favorite. The only reason why I'm not sure that I want to pick Niffty is because Niffty didn't change much, but also I could be biased towards Angeldust just because I love Angeldust. It's kind of funny. I wasn't expecting him to be one of my favorite characters, but I really like him. Episode 4 is definitely my favorite of the season. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. I'm looking forward to, you know, designing some characters, taking in mind some of the stuff I learned, maybe even incorporating elements. Like, it'd be funny if I made a character that, I don't know, wears Vaggie's outfit I designed. That'd be a cool, like, neat reference. I feel like some of the others wouldn't necessarily work. Maybe I could do, like, Angeldust, like, with the crop blazer and, you know, the corset. But I feel like I can't see Charlie's outfit working in another context because it's specifically, like, a hotel outfit. I feel like Alastor's is too obvious. I'm not likely to write anything set in the 50s, so Nifty's maybe a bit hard to pull off, and I don't love Husks enough to want to, you know, do that. But I might try and create a character wearing the outfit I designed for Vaggie. That could be fun. Thanks so much for watching. This is a different sort of video. I hope you like the thumbnail and the art and just this chill discussion, and comment and literally anything you want to comment. I don't mind. Yeah, thanks.